In August of 2024, I made my business $14,000 American in new revenue from content without going viral. And now, while 14K American doesn't seem like a great number, considering there are all these gurus out there telling you they make 100K a month, telling you they make 100K a week, telling you they make 100K in a single day, 14K American was a big deal for me in my business. We did about 23K Canadian a month. We were in business for about 28 months, and our highest point of income was we did 22 to 23K a month American for 9 months. The reason why I have these numbers memorized is because Stripe gave me Canadian numbers and I count American in my own head. So 14K was a big deal to my business. On average, that was pretty much almost all of what we would make in a month. And at our highest, it was about more than half. So it was a great month for me, and it was without going viral. And so this video, I'm going to explain the situation and the clients I attracted, but it's not about don't go viral. It's not about attracting new eyes is stupid. Of course, I think that going viral for viral's sake isn't the most efficient use of your time. If you can go viral though, and it helps and it brings in leads, great, or builds brand awareness, brand equity, and helps more people know about you and your cause, great. This isn't about understanding top of funnel content. Sorry, this isn't about bashing top of funnel content and saying you shouldn't get new eyes and only focus on, specific niche ideas. It's not about that. And this isn't talking down on outbound strategies like cold email, cold DMs, forming partnerships or running ads. Those things are all incredible. I'm not sure if ads counts as outbound, but you know what I mean. Those things are all great. They all work. And every lead generation tactic has a place in the grand scheme of lead generation as a whole for your business. This video is going to be about a very underutilized or a very rarely mentioned benefit of posting content consistently organically for a long period of time. I barely see any online marketer or business owner or guru talk about this. I've had one person tell me it. It was somebody I did coaching with. This video is going to be all about that principle. The one thing that most gurus never tell you, and how it completely transforms your business by posting organic content consistently over a long period of time. And there's a bunch of benefits to posting organic content over a long period of time. It helps lower ad spend. You can find new people. It can nurture the people already in your field, and it can ultimately make client acquisition much easier. But this benefit is one that I really don't see people talk about a lot. So let's talk about the clients that I was able to sign. Now, back in October, November 2023, I was really heavy on Twitter outbound. There was this AI called Drippy that I was using. A friend of mine owned it. I don't know if he still owns it or not, but I was really big on trying it out and seeing if Twitter outbound worked, because there are a lot of qualified business owners on Twitter. That's what people were telling me. So I did a couple campaigns. The first one went really well. Second one, not so much. And I didn't use it properly and accidentally DM'd the wrong people. So I kind of stopped, especially because Instagram is my main lead generation platform. And I was also jumping around from thing to thing like crazy. So I need to find the new shiny object to save me. Like that would work. But 10 months later, in August 2024, randomly, I think this is all, like God and the universe and, spirituality and karma and, everybody's lines crossing at the right time. But Steve Cotter, RIP. Steve passed away in January 2025. He was an exceptional man. I loved Steve a lot. It really shook me and a lot of people in his life because he was such an amazing person. And he was still a client at the time. I remember waking up, looking at the text and being like, what the fuck? Anyways, I loved Steve so much. And I had sent him a message with this AI thing. And the message said like, hey, Steve, I was able to get Corey Armstrong, my client. I linked his Instagram, 75 extra calls in 2.5 months on autopilot with this mechanism. I sent him a brief loom explaining how it works. No, there was no loom in this message. I said, if you want to know more about how I did this, just shoot me a message back. We can talk about it. He goes, hey man, sounds interesting. Let's talk. Again, 10 months later, I didn't follow up with him at all. I didn't even know this message was sent because it was an automated thing. Completely had no fucking idea that I sent this. Didn't follow up. Didn't look at anything to do with this in those 10 months. And so I did some research on him, and he's been in the space for a long time. He had been in the space. He was doing kettlebell training, longevity health stuff for 20 years. Joe Rogan follows him on Twitter. At least he did at the time. And he's inspired a lot of people in this space coming up. And so we got on the call. Really, really good dude. We connect immediately. We talk for about 45 minutes to an hour, and he says, hey, look, man, I love what you do. I checked out your content. It's clear that you know what the hell you're doing. I can't afford you, though. I have been in the space for a long time, but I just can't figure out the fucking online digital marketing thing. I just can't. I used to do in-person seminars. I flew around the world. COVID hit, so I tried to shift, but there's just a missing piece for me doing training in person and leveraging the base and audience I already have and actually going and making this digital thing working. So I was like, yeah, man, no worries. That's cool. I like you as a person. So keep me updated on how things go. Like I'm not here to try to force something down your throat. But he goes, look, I'm going to try to get some funding. My brother-in-law runs a very successful email marketing company, and he can help us. And I'm like, okay. And I don't know anything about his family, his brother-in-law. And he goes, email marketing. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, does he do $30K a month? Is he a freelancer? Like, I don't fucking know what a successful email marketing business means in relation to who this guy is and his family. And so a couple hours later, he loops me in on an email thread with his brother-in-law, and his brother-in-law goes, hey man, Steve told us about you. We're very interested. And if you can help us out too, we would love that. And so I was like, cool. Yeah, that's great. Let's talk. And so I get on the call with Steve's brother-in-law and his sister. And they go, look, we checked out your content, and it's very clear you know what you're talking about. And it's very clear you're a real person. And so many people have tried to pitch us. Obviously there are so many bad actors in the online marketing space, in the online coaching space. I'm pretty sure Steve had been burned as well by people who just promised the world and couldn't fulfill. And they said, look, you seem like a genuine, down-to-earth person. And we all talked, and we all got together and connected really well. And we figured something. And the successful email marketing company ended up being like a super successful e-commerce natural oral health brand that I still use every day, by the way. It's incredible. Aura Wellness. Shout out to Will and Susan. Incredible people. Like truly some of the best people I've ever fucking met in my life. Those three people. And the product Aura Wellness works. I'm not an ambassador. I'm not getting paid to say this. It just fucking works. I had a sensitive upper tooth. Started using their healthy mouth blend, and it's not sensitive anymore. And I don't have plaque buildup on my teeth anymore. Just go buy it. I'll put it in the link below in the description. Anyways, I love these people so much. And that initial deal was worth almost $10K. That one was a $95K painful deal to work on their accounts, work with Steve. And Steve, the success we had with Steve was incredible. We ended up getting him from $500 a month to over $6,000 a month, which is over a 12K, which is over a 12x ROI. And he was getting leads consistently. People were reaching out. The people were closing, and it was such an awesome experience working with Steve. Anyways, I'm getting emotionally tied to this because I loved Steve so much, and it was so tragic what happened in January. But that was the first deal. It was almost $10K American. The second one was there was this former client of mine. Her name is Liz Gleedle, also another fantastic, amazing person. Liz is truly, like, she really gives a shit. You can tell. She really cares about what she does. She really cares about the people she works with. 3-time Olympian as well for javelin, which is incredible. And we were introduced by somebody I met at a networking event in Vancouver. And we met up in person, talked, and she had checked out my content. She went through my free email course. And it was very easy to get her over the line. She was very ready. She was good to go. And that ended up being the second half of the 14K American that I closed in that month. And Liz said the same thing. Like, yeah, I went through your stuff. It's great. I can tell you know what you're doing. And I'm in. And Liz, Steve, and Will and Susan ended up being some of the best clients I ever worked with. And they were some of the best people I've ever met in my life. Like, I'm super, super blessed. As a side note, just to talk about some of the amazing people I met doing this. Here is the lesson. Here's the point. If you post content consistently and the messaging is good, like, you can tell there's a deep intention in you. I had to make sure you saw me pointing at my chest. You can tell there's a deep intention for you to make an impact in people's lives, and you care, and you actually have put together a good sales argument for your offer, and you're helping people with a massive problem in a way that is unique and, you know, lines up with your unique strengths, worldview, experiences, all that. And you post for a consistent long period of time, like over 6 months. Because at that point, I've been posting online content for probably a year and a half. And it wasn't like every day consistently, but it was every day for 3 months and then stop for a month. Every day for 3 months and stop for a month. Every weekday for 4 months. So it was enough that there was a large volume of content. When you do that, it becomes incredibly easy to close people when they get to your page, whether it's through an ad, whether it's through cold outreach, whether it's through a viral video that pops off, or any type of mechanism that gets new eyes on your page. When you have that library of content and it's good, like you've fucking taken time to actually make it good. You've taken time to make sure that you know what you're talking about, that your messaging is dialed in. You're solving a valuable problem for people. You are a real fucking human being. There, you guys got to see my fucking pit stains. A real human being. It's a three-dimensional brand, and what I mean by that is that you're not just, spouting marketing advice you read in a book or saw on somebody else's page or ChatGPT told you because you don't actually fucking know. You are talking from lived experience and you are sharing unique ideas from this main point of marketing or offer or whatever you're building. And you do it consistently because you love doing it. People can feel that, and you will attract the right kind of people. You'll attract aligned people. Like, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass when I talk about how awesome the people I worked with are. They're truly incredible. Ask anybody who knows them. Look at their social medias. You will see what kind of incredible people they were. And that type of attraction, that type of magnetism doesn't happen if you don't put yourself out there. And it doesn't happen if you don't become the kind of person people want to watch and people want to get closer to. The buying is really easy if you're the kind of person people want to watch, because it's really easy for them to scroll and engage with your shit and stay focused and, want to learn more about what you do, want to see more of what you have to offer. And when that happens, they want to get closer to you because they go, hey, I like what you're doing. I think you can help me. Hey, I understand what you're talking about and it's going to solve a big problem for me. I want to get closer to you. And when they get closer to you, it's so much easier to buy. There was no sales objection handling, and I wasn't sitting there like, here's the price. And I, shut up. And they shut up. And we fucking stared at each other for 7 fucking minutes. And, I was fucking trying to do Morse code on my fucking end through Zoom to make sure that they actually, were fucking hypnotized into buying my program. No, there was none of that. It was a genuine connection. I really liked who they were and what they had to offer. I knew I could help them. They saw the proof of me actually putting myself out there with the valuable message, and also social proof really helps. I remember seeing a video recently from Daniel Fazio where he says social proof doesn't matter anymore in this market because everybody is social proof and everybody's made their clients millions of dollars. And I see the benefit in what he's saying, and I understand what he's saying, but I still think social proof is very important to have with context, paired with a great mechanism, which is his point of the video. You need a very distinct mechanism that sticks out because we're at that point of market saturation, which I agree with. Have your mechanism, also have social proof. Those two paired together will help you skyrocket. And my mechanism with my agency was content and an email funnel. Content plus emails equals clients. Rented media plus owned media equals clients. Anyways, when they see that, when they see you show up so many fucking times in the social proof, and you have the right mechanism, and you have the offer dialed in, and you have the the angle that you're working with, and the sales argument is sound, it's so much easier to get clients. That's what long-term brand building is all about. That's what long-term winning with marketing is all about. Having the undeniable proof that you've been out here, that you know what you're talking about, you've put yourself out there, because people will see that courage, they'll watch the content, they'll see the messaging, and it'll just resonate with them so much deeper on a much deeper level. I was trying to think of a word that wasn't deeper, but whatever. Anyways, most gurus I see don't talk about that. They just talk about how to get more eyes, how to get, more views and more people to come in from a viral video. That long-term consistency piece is so valuable because it builds an unshakable foundation so that when you do outbound or when you engage in activities that bring in new eyeballs, they stick much better, your ad cost goes down, they're much easier closes, and it leads to people really resonating with you on a deep level, and just a much better foundation to build from there. But anyways, that's the video for the week. Really appreciate you guys hanging out. If you want to say hi, message me on Instagram. We'll talk later. Peace.